Hey beautiful, it's Get Nurse Tiffany, and today we are going to go over 2 things that are going to happen as you are in your last couple weeks of your prenatal appointments. So if you like this content, please hit that like and subscribe below. Alright, so you have made it to those last couple weeks of your prenatal appointments. The doctor may ask you one of these things. The first thing, a cervical exam or a cervical check. So what that means is the doctor is going to do a pelvic exam, and they are checking for 3 key terms that you will want to not only know during your last prenatal appointments, but also when you go to labor and delivery. The first term, dilation. So that is how much your cervix is dilating. So you can have where you are 0, which means you're not dilated at all, to 10, where you're completely dilated. The next term, or the second term, would be called effacement. So that is where your cervix is thinning, that lining is thinning, which is a good thing as you near towards the end of your pregnancy. So those numbers range from 0 to 100. So 0, the cervix hasn't started thinning yet, all the way to 100 where it's completely thinned out. And the third key term to keep in mind is called station. So when you think about station, it's almost backwards what your thought process would be. So the baby's head is starting to come down as you are going into labor or as you're progressing towards the end of your pregnancy. So your station, if they are a -3, that means baby's head is above the pelvis. And then as they slowly come down, 0 would be at the pelvis, and then a +3, meaning baby is crowning, baby is coming. So don't be discouraged if you go in and you have your first cervical check and they tell you that you're not dilated and you're not effaced yet and baby's not engaged, meaning the head isn't starting to come down quite yet. Because as you go throughout your pregnancies, especially towards those last couple weeks, things can change quickly. So it's always good if you feel like something's changing to just go ahead and have your doctor do a cervical exam. Like I said, keep those 3 key terms in your head and just know when you go into labor and delivery what those key terms mean in regards to how you're progressing in your labor. All right, so in those last couple weeks, especially like the 39th, 40th week of pregnancy, your doctor may offer you this second thing, which is called a membrane sweep. So what does that mean? So basically you would go in and almost get ready for a pelvic exam. They would use a gloved finger, and what they're trying to do is detach the amniotic sac from the uterus. So the amniotic sac is where the baby is located, and they're trying to do this in order to kind of stimulate those prostaglandins, or those hormones that are going to make you start contracting and start that labor. Now keep in mind, they usually don't offer this to you unless your cervix is starting to dilate, and usually it's offered about after 39 weeks. So keep those 2 things in mind in regards to the membrane sweep. But once you have a membrane sweep, be prepared that you may start getting kind of crampy and that your contractions may start. So be prepared, have the bag packed for baby and you for the hospital so that you can go at any moment if need be. All right, we went over 2 things that is offered to you at those very last prenatal visits right at the end of your 3rd trimester. So if you like this content, please hit that like and subscribe below. If you'd like to have more content or more resources, check out my website at healthiercarbon.com. Check it out.